Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Did you sign up for a mega camp tomorrow?
No, not yet. Actually, I was just about to go into my email and sign up for everything that I needed to sign up for. If
Huh?
possible.
Look, you might be too late. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh no, hopefully not, right?
We'll see if we have any tickets left because I know we ran out and the office was supposed to be getting us some more. So we will see. I'm gonna send a text out to hang on. Text. So did you find out where your friend wants to move to?
Yeah, this is. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Got a lot of feedback. Let me fix that. Okay. Yeah, no, it's a place in upstate New York, but he's talking it over with his wife.
Mhm.
And he's gonna let me know in a little bit today what he wants to do if they're gonna go forward.
Okay, yeah, just as soon as you know where, then I can go out to the network, KW referral network, and find him an agent or two that he can interview
Yeah.
and go from there.
Okay. Yeah, it's out in Yorktown Heights. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. Good morning, Lamar. Good morning, Courtney.
Good morning.
I
Good
hope
morning.
everybody is excited for this amazing week.
I am very excited. Guess what?
What?
I almost missed tomorrow. Yes, yeah. Because I was like, oh, Mega Camp starts the 15th. So we were talking upstairs and Jim was like, oh, I want to stream the Gary's speech, but it's gonna be at 11. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I'm setting up my agenda. This is why you look at your agenda when you get it, Arthurine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. George, did you get your email?
I did. Good morning.
Awesome.
Yeah, I did, and I filled it out. I filled out my profile.
Beautiful.
So
All right.
we just have one class today for this at 11.
Yes,
Somebody
yes.
says she's seen 11 and 1 on the calendar. I don't know.
I don't know why. Well, 1 o'clock is still there, but there's nothing on there.
Okay.
We have no class at 1 o'clock because there's other stuff going on with Mega Camp.
Yeah.
So, right?
Yeah. So I'm
Hello,
responding to her.
Krishna.
Hello.
Hi. All right. So, y'all, I don't care if you're in your jammies. I don't care if your hair's up in a bun and you look terrible. I don't care. Please unmute yourself or unvideo yourself. Video yourself, not unvideo. I want to see your beautiful faces, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, our job today, hello, Chelsea. Our job today is to walk you through Mega Camp and answer all your questions so you're getting the most out of this experience. So just a reminder that typically this is in Austin, Texas. It's always been in Austin, Texas. And it's usually around 10,000 people that show up. It's limited. It's not big space. Austin can't handle a huge space. So they limit it to about 10,000 people. I have no idea how many, but I'm anticipating that there's going to be a gazillion people on this session. So it's going to be super cool. And they have created, based on what I can see, an amazing platform for us in order to work through. So my first question is, has everybody received the email and been able to get yourself registered and to copy on your thingy so that you've got it and able to get into it? I guess let me ask this a different way. Is there, who has not gotten their confirmation email from, let me see, it will be coming from KWRI events team. Everybody's got it?
Yeah. And Julianne, I have a guest.
Yes.
Latanya Jones is one of my guests, and she signed up for Mega Camp, and so she's joining us today.
Wonderful.
So this is her first ever KW anything.
Awesome. Well, is it Latanya?
It's Latanya.
Latanya, welcome. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
So, you're going to experience something new just like we are. So we're really excited about this.
Yeah.
So, question, is there anyone who hasn't watched the video with Jay Papasan on the homepage?
I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't.
Okay. All right, cool. So that's what I was going to do, because I think it really kind of goes over the session.
Yeah.
So you will log in, and this is your home page. Once you have registered, right? And it'll say your name here. And I wonder if this will allow me to zoom in.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah, there we go. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's better. Okay, so this one, you guys hear that?
Hello and welcome. I'm Jay Papasan, your VP of Learning, and on behalf of everyone at Keller Williams, welcome to Mega Camp 2020. Like you, we've had to learn a few new tricks this year, and we've rethought and reimagined Mega Camp from the ground up and created this digital experience for you. You'll be able to create a personal one-to-one experience by designing your agenda, by networking with new people from all around the world, and you'll be able to do it from the comfort of your own home or office. No worries about whether the room is too cold or whether the line for coffee is too long. This Mega Camp is all yours, and you get to design your experience. Let's talk about a couple of ways to make the most of Mega Camp. First, we hope you'll lean into the digital experience. The first thing that we want you to do when you log onto the platform is go ahead and set up your daily agenda. Click on it and design it. What are the breakouts that you need to attend? What are the ones that you'd really like to focus on in the time that you have? You've got the full day of agent agenda with Gary interviewing the very best in our industry, or you want to make sure that you've designed your day around your needs. We'll start and end every day with a team huddle. You've already been assigned one, and if you look at your agenda, you'll see each day you've been assigned a room and a group to start and end your day. These are led by our MAPS coaches, and the idea is to make sure if you're going to take this time out of your business, that this is a great investment for you. What is it exactly you want to get out of each day? Are you going to make sure that you get those action items onto your calendar so that you can take action? That's what those daily huddles are designed to do, give you a place to interact, have your tribe going through this event together so you can learn together and go into action together. And finally, in all of the different breakouts and experiences, you'll be able to interact in the room through the comments and with other people so that you can make it an interactive experience, not just a passive watching TV kind of experience. We want you to be active learners. Engage in the comments, share your ahas, and at the end of the day, share them with your team. The second way you can make the most of this experience is to be an engaged and active learner. And what that means to us is we want you to be taking notes. When you hear something great and you have a great aha, we want you to collect those thoughts, those action items that you want to implement in your business in one place. So if you already have a preferred way to take notes, Google Docs, Word Docs, or maybe even a good old-fashioned journal, stick with that. But every single room has a notes feature. If you log in, start taking notes, know that at the end of the session, any given day, you can access your notes from the main navigation, and you can later export them and take them with you.
That's cool.
So go ahead and commit right now that as you go through this experience, you're going to record your ahas and your action items. Those will be the things that you can take to your team huddle and prioritize so that you can make sure that you're going to put them in action. A couple of tips on notes. For the last 20 years, I've been working with Gary, and he's been a stickler. If you're going to be in a meeting, you're going to take notes and you're going to learn from it.
For sure.
And we all take notes here. So as you're writing things down, make sure you come up with a way, a star, boldface, underline. What are the big ideas at the end of the session that you want to make sure you remember? That way, at the end of the day or at the end of this experience, you can quickly scan through them and go, these are the things that probably mattered. And we'll be able to use that short list to create an action plan for you to put into motion after you leave this event and make a difference in your business. The ultimate goal of our agenda is for you to have a to-do list that we can turn into a success list. All that means is of all the things that you could do, we're going to help you identify and prioritize the handful of things that you really should do, and then put them into action in your business. That's a core idea you'll be learning from our coaches and your team huddles, and we'll be reinforcing that activity on the very final session. Decide Your Habits, Decide Your Future, which I'll be teaching with Jeff Woods, who hosts our One Thing podcast. Our goal will be to make sure that your success list is prioritized, that you're able to put those things on your calendar and put them into action. We don't want to walk out of this event with a smart notebook or with a bunch of notes that we never look at again, or maybe a few ahas we share on social media. The goal here is to come out better business people with a clear course of action. If we lean into this event with some intention, what am I going to get out of it? We record those things as we go and then we prioritize them. When we do that, we can have the most successful mega camp ever. A few final things to note. We have an exhibit hall. Go to the main navigation and visit it. Our vendors are there. They're waiting to make one-on-one appointments with you so you can learn more about products and services that can help boost your business. You can also network here just like you could in real life. If you go to the main nav and click networking, you can answer a couple of quick questions, and this platform will help match you with like-minded individuals all around our Keller Williams ecosphere. You'll be able to hang out together, connect, share referrals, and share ideas. The whole idea is to facilitate. This is a one-on-one experience in terms of your learning, but it can still be a great networking experience for you and your business. And throughout the event, as you're in rooms and in your learning experiences, check out the social feed. People are posting and sharing their ahas. This is a great way for you to engage and meet other people. If you heard a great quote, share it. And if you have a great aha, put it in the comments. Make sure that people know who you are and where you're from. When you build out your profile, you'll hopefully include where you are and what you specialize in. People are going to be able to say, wow, that person's really cool, and check you out. And then you can make those connections for your future referrals and future networking. Well, that's it. Just a few things to bear in mind as you go through this experience. Be intentional, take notes, and let's put them into action. When you do that, we know that you'll have a stellar mega camp experience in 2020. Let's go ahead and dive in. Welcome to the show.
Cool. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. All right. So let's look here on your, I'm on the home page, and let's take a look at the agenda for the day. And anybody chime in at any time with any questions or anything like that, okay? So what I did was I went to the full agenda first. And you're going to notice that every day up here at the top, it gives you the filter, right? For the day. So there is a lot of stuff for land today. Now, down here at the bottom at 4:10, now remember, this is Central Time, so it would be 5:10 our time. Please remember, everything is in Central Time, but they do have Eastern Standard Time off to the side. So over here, your coach is having a huddle today at 5 o'clock, at 5:10. It's real quick. It's only 15 minutes long, just a chance for you to meet. Notice that it's highlighted. It means that it's on your personal agenda. So you can highlight anything that you want. I would definitely make sure that you jump in and say hello to the people in your huddle and get to know them. Then at 5:30, there's a choose your script champion. There's going to be like a script off that you don't want to miss. These things are amazing, and getting a chance to see other people scripting is really, really cool. So I would definitely check that on your box. Then at Mega Camp, they always have a band. I mean, Gary's really into music. So we actually have a concert tonight, which is super cool. So you can, while you're cooking dinner, you can put it on and be listening to it, which I think is really neat. Now, tomorrow, couple things. There is some live hall, and as Jay mentioned, there's an exhibit hall and there's a bunch of vendors. And so I would like search around and see if there's something that you're interested in. But please remember what I tell everybody if they were physically going to Mega Camp is that you lead with revenue and you have to do green light, red light thinking. Authorine, you want to mention what red light, green light thinking means?
Yes, absolutely. Green light, I have the funds. I've already allocated those funds for my marketing or my whatever, and I can spend these funds. Red light means no money, no spendy. No money, no spendy means no shiny objects. I know I am an agent. We love shiny, shiny objects, right? So you'll go into these exhibit halls and you'll see all the pretty folders and the pretty stationery. Stop.
Exactly.
If it's not in your budget,
Don't spend it.
Don't spend.
The
Okay?
good news is that you can research and you can see what is out there and what's available. And
Yeah.
that will give you a great opportunity to look at, well, what can I or what should I budget for in the future, right?
Right.
And definitely anything that you come in that you're interested in, jot down some notes and then talk with your coach about that. And we'll put it in the budget of some things that you're interested in, okay? But you've got to budget for it.
So,
All right.
one
Yes.
thing you shouldn't be buying. You shouldn't be buying any pretty listing presentations or pre-listed presentations. We have them all free on command.
Correct.
And in Michael Lewis Marketing. I
Yes.
just want you to know all of those things are out there. Okay.
And there's a lot of vendors that are similar to or do pieces. They're not similar to. They do pieces of what we already have in command.
Yeah.
So I
and
want you guys to know that. It looks like amazing, but if you really think about it and look at it, it's like, well, wait a minute, I get this for free in command. So why would I spend money for this when I already have it in command? So that's why you want to talk with your coach to make sure that you're spending your money wisely. Has everybody got that? Thumbs up? Yeah? Okay, cool. Now, there is a morning huddle at 10:30 with your group, and make sure that you jump onto that. Then please mark and highlight 10 a.m. or actually 11 o'clock our time. It's an hour and a half. It's Gary Keller's market update. You do not want to miss
that.
100% do not want to miss that. This man knows real estate. He understands the market. You will be blown away. And with all the stuff that we're anticipating, it's going to be an absolute for everybody. So make sure that you've marked that one on your calendar at 11 o'clock. Then there's going to be a half an hour for lunch. Woo-hoo. Then Gary has top panels. Now, one thing you should know about panels, this is from 1 to 5. So he's going to rotate panel after panel after panel after panel. There'll be stretch breaks in between. These panels are agents that are doing things right at a very high level. No one can be on a panel unless they have provided a P&L to Gary that shows that they are profitable. So this is not just, ooh, biggest, like, how do I put this nicely? Authorine, help me out here.
Yeah, this is not just, oh, I sold 1,000 homes, right? I made $3 million and I spent 2.999 of it, and I'm not profitable.
Not profitable, exactly.
That
So
stuff.
these people are all highly profitable
Highly profitable.
and are doing really cool things. And
Yeah.
so each panel is going to be on a topic. So it might be on expansion. It might be on marketing, social media. So each one is going to have a specific topic, and then they'll have subject matter experts in that panel. And these are always really good. So take really, really good notes. And Jay's ideas of some options for note taking was really, really good. Okay. Then you've got an afternoon team huddle to debrief, which Jay mentioned, what I think is awesome, to be able to get, it's really cool to see what other people's ahas are from the day, because it might be something that you missed or you didn't think about it that way. So that's really cool. All right, on Wednesday, let's look at Wednesday. We've got the morning huddle. And then if you're at KW, if you're a young professional, and I think young professional is under 30 or under 40.
Under 30.
Under 30. There you go, Brenda. That's right.
Not
You may want
under
to join that because they've got some sessions for young professionals, which is really cool. Now, notice that these are all breakout sessions. They're all at the same time. Unfortunately, there are, well, let's see, at 10 o'clock, you've got choices of, I'm looking at 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, about 20 different breakout sessions that you can choose from.
Okay, so here's where the strategy comes in.
Yes.
Because already, I think to this day, I have like 3 or 4 things highlighted. Well, I can only be in one place at the same time. So if you've got friends in this office who's going to make a camp, have a conversation. Like, just say, hey, I'm going to do the find opportunities. Will you do the redefine your value proposition for an ever-changing world? And at the end of mega camp, let's get together and put our notes together. That's what we usually do. The first time I went to mega camp with my roommate, which was Lilia, and it was in a book form. We sat down, we went through that entire book, and we just went to different classes. We would come back in the evening to the room, and then we would share notes. And sometimes it was just 2 good ideas each, but that's how we conquered and divided.
Exactly. I see 2 that look really good right here. Virtual tools, real results, how to set yourself apart and dominate a digital game.
Yeah.
And 5 ways to generate and engage leads in 2020 and beyond. Those 2 right there are winners. Now, one thing, some of these, at least in the past, had been replicated. So a couple of them, they do more than once, and that's a possibility. So I would go ahead and highlight any that you're interested in. And then as the next day comes, you can see whether it's repeated, and then you can adjust your schedule a little bit better, okay?
A question.
Yes, please.
So when you're highlighting, is that gonna prompt you that those are the classes you're gonna attend?
Yes, so what's going to happen, Brenda, is after we're done with this, then I'm going to go out and go in, and I have one that says my agenda, and so it pulls just the things that I've hearted, and that creates my schedule of events. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
And if you set up your prompts, it's also going to alert you on your computer, hey, this session's about ready to start. So it's got those prompts for you. Okay?
Gotcha. Thank you.
Cool. Good question. Here's another thing that's been sponsored by young professionals on the new generation of commercial real estate, which may not be of interest. Luxury. So here's another breakout from 11:50 to 12:35. And again, you're going to want to go through this listings to less, doing more with less. So there's less options here, but still list to last. That would be a good one right there.
Yes, and
this one, find the motivated and get to the table. Lead generation,
the new
conversation in a conversion in a shift.
Yeah.
This will be a really good one. Okay. All right. Then there's lunch, and then there is looking for the things that I really want. Oh, here we go. Here's another breakout session. Thrive in the market of the moment, top seller opportunities. This would be a really good one.
Yeah.
And then you definitely want to heart Josh Team's keynote at 2 o'clock. For those of you that don't know, Josh Team is the president of Keller Williams, and his background is in technology. This man is brilliant. I'm talking like Mensa brilliant.
Yeah.
And he was brought in to help us build this platform, the command. I mean, we are a technology training company that sells real estate because of Josh Team. Okay. So you definitely want to hear on what's going on. And he's young, which is cool too. All right. Then in 2:45, there are more breakouts that you're going to want to do. And then you've got your afternoon huddle again. Okay. Then on Thursday, you've got a team huddle in the morning. And then at 11 o'clock is the cultural summit. Would you tell us about the cultural summit, Authorine?
Oh. Okay, all right. Now I'm back to normal. So get your tissues out.
And don't make that a reason why you wouldn't attend. If you go, oh my God, I don't want to cry. No.
So we're all about business and systems and models, and yet there is something else that drives this company, sets us apart. And this is why schools like Harvard and Stanford has studied Keller Williams, the company, because of this piece, the cultural model that we have. And you all know what our culture is, right? Our culture is the way that we've decided that we're going to treat each other and we're going to set ourselves apart. So at this summit, it's Miss Mo Anderson who brought culture to Keller Williams, and she's pulling people out that have done amazing things as far as culture and as far as giving back. And not only that, we nominate every year the cultural ambassadors, and they're awarded and highlighted at the cultural summit. So it's worth your time. It is wonderful. It is a feel good. It is, here's my purpose. This is why I do what I do kind of moment. It will fill you up.
It definitely will fill you up. It will also give you a highlight of what the KW Cares has done over the past year, how they've helped individuals and groups, and a direction of where they're going. Mo Anderson is amazing. She has been our CEO and president of our organization. She is the reason why we do Red Day. And I'd love for you to do this for no other reason except we're going to get to have her at our market center in October. So get to know her beforehand, because she's an amazing woman who just gives from her heart. So you definitely want to join in on the Cultural Summit. Anybody else that's attended that can give some insight onto what they like about the Cultural Summit?
I think Angela's been to one, right, Angela?
Yes. It's very intriguing to see how people are reaching out and working in their communities with real estate and beyond.
Exactly.
And how it's a bridge to be able to bring together, just it's a connection.
Yeah.
And how people are using that platform.
Yeah, good point. Because it's not just about selling real estate and just being this successful guru. It's about using what we do to make a difference in our world. And the stories really show that, and how many amazing people we have in our organization. So you definitely don't want to miss that. Okay. Then there are more breakout sessions on Thursday. And then this interview right here with Josh Team, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be interviews with Facebook and Google about social media. You do not want to miss that. All right. And oh no, here's the question and answer with Facebook. So I would definitely want that one.
Julianne?
Yes, question.
I just a comment. I noticed there's a lot more commercial inclusion. Was that intentional?
There's commercial, there's land, there's luxury. Since you're right, because in the past it's been more of an overview, and because of this format, they're able to break it down into the entities a little bit better and give them more options, which is awesome. So yes, you're correct. There's more commercial, there's more luxury, there's more land, and more young professional options as well, which is great. Also, if you're interested, this is the International ALC meeting, and you can sit in and listen in on this. It's very fascinating.
You should not miss this.
Yes, talk to us about why, Authorine, because
you absolutely should not miss this. So the ALC Agent Leadership Council, right? Each market center has one of those, and together with the leadership of the office, they run the office. So the international ALC is made up of all of the top 20 percenters, and they get invited to be on, not all of the top 20%, but the ALC is included in the IALC, and these people are the top 20 percenters. What you want to know about this year is that we've adopted and added to our value system, to our equity, and they're going to have a discussion about that and what prompted them to include diversion and include all of that other stuff that's going on in the world, and how KW has pivoted, not only with technology, but also because of everything that happened, our diversity and our inclusion piece. So they get to make decisions for the company, and Gary Heller can veto or not. And most of the time he's chosen not to veto, because they're an independent body that's set up to make certain decisions, and of course recommendations to Gary to bring our company forward into
Right.
2020.
And for those of you that don't know, ALC stands for Agent Leadership Council, and that is like a board of directors. So we have one in our market center. Every market center does. It's made up of agents in our top 20%. And what we do is we do make decisions on the profitability and make sure that it's run successfully for every market center. This one is international. So it's going to be a really interesting one this year. So I definitely wouldn't miss that. Okay. So once you've identified all the things that you want, right? Then what you're going to do is go to, if you have not, you're going to go to my profile here, and you want to set up your profile. Make sure you include a bio. I've been looking at some things where people are just signing in just to sign up. Put a picture in there and put a bio. I don't care what it is, but you want to focus on it. And the one thing that you should do is specialization, and I haven't done that yet. I've been thinking about what I want to put in here for specialization. That way people, when they're looking at your profile, will say, oh, this is somebody I need to know, and they'll connect with you better. So you definitely want to make sure that you take advantage of using your profile to connect to others. All right. So then what I want to do is go to, where is my home page? Because the home had
Your agenda, my agenda.
well, this is the full agenda.
Yeah. Go back. Can you go back?
I'm looking. Hold on. You can see I've been on it today.
Question.
Yeah.
For newer agents, what are you recommending that they put in their bio?
That's a great question. So you work at the #1 real estate market center in East Cobb.
In
That
Cobb.
you know, if you have transactions that, or if you've capped in your first year within so many months, I would put that in there because people like to see that you're active. If you have a specialization, something that you're very successful at, if you have a past in sales, you definitely want to put that in there.
Yeah, and
what you're passionate about, good customer, you know, excellent customer service, those kinds of things. Does that make sense?
and leadership, right? Any kind of leadership job that you had in corporate, any kind of experience that makes you uniquely qualified to handle their referrals, put it in there. You never know what somebody's looking for. I once got a listing because I served in Sunday school.
Yeah, you never know.
You just never know. And that is the referrals that I've gotten from that woman is unbelievable. I'm going to list and sell somebody from her next month because I served in Sunday school.
Right. All right. Hold on a second. Let me see if I pull out of this, if it will, because when I was signed in the first time, it gave me the opportunity to, it showed an agenda and then it showed my agenda. And I'm not seeing that, the list down the side anymore. Why am I not seeing it?
Got to sign in again.
Yeah, no, that's what I was, doing is logging out and signing back in, and I still don't see it.
Let me see, can I share screen?
Yes, please share
I
your
think
screen.
mine is up and
I want to show them the networking piece.
hang on, let me see.
So the most important thing is to use this opportunity to not just learn, but also to connect with other agents from all over the country. I don't think he is on, although he was going to be. I don't see him. Chris Van Zant has built a referral business from his experience in Mega Camp and Family Reunion. The man is genius at it. Okay. He finds a way to connect with people. He chats with them. He gets to know them. And so he has become the referral choice. There it is.
Right
The
here.
referral choice in Atlanta. And people call him from all over the country and refer business. About 30 to 40% of his business is from referrals just from Mega Camp and Family Reunion. So use this. So thank you, Authorine. There is my agenda. So when you click on that, that's all the things that you've hearted, and that is your set calendar of the things that are coming up. So it filters out everything except what you wanted to focus on, okay? Then you'll notice down in, there's my notes section just below that. And that's where all the notes where you've been taking during the sessions will be, and you're gonna wanna take good notes. And that's where you're gonna be able to download your notes, which is really cool. Just below that is the social networking. And this is really cool because you can do this multiple times. So you can, it's going to ask you to build your network, and based on your preferences, it says here are some like-minded individuals, and you can view their profiles, and then you can contact them directly. If you don't see anybody that you like, or you've taken advantage of all of these, you'll notice the blue button up in the top right corner. It says rebuild your network. Just change the preferences, and you're going to get a whole slew of different people. So I would use this as a really great opportunity to connect with as many people as you can over the next 3 days, 3 or 4 days. Make sense, everybody?
How are we setting our preferences?
So when you go there the very first time to networking, it asks you to set it up. This is for your profile, but then when you go to networking, it says, here is what I like, and or where I work, and it will automatically create this with you with like-minded individuals. Hit the rebuild my network Authorine on the blue button.
Where is it? Where is it?
Blue
Top
button
right.
on the top right.
This? Oh, hold on.
It's probably that our pictures are
Yeah.
probably in your way.
So yeah, right here.
Yeah. Is it okay that you wipe it clean and then start all over?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's your networking. So it's going to say, how long have you been in real estate? What is your role? What's your average transactions? Your main way that you lead generate. And you can choose as many as you want, as many roles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what's your primary CRM? And then you generate that network, and that's going to create those people. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool how you can change it up a little bit. All right?
Type in here, PC. It says not found, so, oh, Market Center Leadership, okay.
And then you can also, you can put more than one, so you can put agent as well.
Okay. Okay.
Has anybody clicked on the attendees button? I'm just curious how many attendees there are. If it gives you the list.
Because they made a profound point. When Max
Hello?
Kellerman drops the mic,
Who's that?
Command, where's command? I don't see command on here. Oh, here.
The first one.
And then generate, okay, so.
Generate the network, and so it automatically says, here are the people that you connect to, okay?
Yeah. So
Very cool.
these are completely different.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay, I see a few others. Oh, dear.
Yeah. Go to attendees just for the heck of it. Let's, for kicks and giggles, let's look at attendees and see how many. Oh, so you can actually search for a specific person.
Yeah.
So let's say you saw somebody on a panel and you wanted to connect with them. You could type in their name here, and then you could hit search and it'll find them, and then you can connect to them, which is really cool.
Let's do Brian. Brian just became a new OP. How do you spell Brian's last name, Brenda? Is that it? No results.
You just do Brian E. Will it let it come up?
Let's see.
Ow, ow. ERHAHON.
RH,
O-N, no R.
oh, okay. And, oh, there we go.
There he is.
Yep,
Perfect.
perfect.
See,
And guys, check out people's biography
Mhm.
and then maybe because I know I'm going to reword mine.
Yep.
Just from looking at other people's biography.
If you've been in bold, you definitely need to put that in there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
If you've been in bold more than once, you need to put
Yeah.
that in there.
Yeah.
People look at stuff like that. Okay. You can even follow them, which is really cool. So there's a great way for you to connect to people, which is awesome. There is a list of speakers. So people that are there are guest speakers. It's going to have information there. Social feed is people putting stuff in there. I can guarantee you that in the social feed, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people are going to be promoting themselves and saying, oh, you know, if you need anybody in Atlanta, Georgia, I'm your person. You're going to see that a lot.
See, right here. There you
There
go.
you go. That's all they do is like, we want your referrals. We want your referrals. In Mega Camp, they would be standing by the entrance and they'd be handing out business cards, and most of them would end up on the floor. So that tells you how effective it is.
Here are your speakers.
Yes.
Yep. Matt doesn't have his picture up yet. And you can click on each person to get a biography.
Bio, very cool.
See, very, very cool. Very, very cool.
And then in the video library, I'm assuming that this is where they're going to be placing videos from the sessions.
Oh,
Look, they've got some wellness breaks. Oh, I love that. Look, they've
oh,
got
yeah.
shoulder stretches, a little bit of yoga stuff. This is good. Some
That
stretches.
is great. That is great. And these are today's.
That's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
gonna use that later on because I got a neck shoulder thing going on right now. So that's awesome. And
Yeah.
then what about on the shop button, Authorine?
All right, shop. Oh,
So KWRI has a store and they have items for sale. So if you wanted to get something, don't go crazy, but you certainly, there's always some really great shirts, right? That say whatever you want to say, or that you can use for branding when you're out and about. I know people that will get like a Keller Williams shirt or some kind of real estate shirt. So when they're working out or when they're walking or something, it's something that people will talk about. So it doesn't hurt. Just be careful about what you spend money on, okay? Okay, I think that's it.
that's it? Okay.
And Chelsea said they have onesies for your little one. They sure do. They've got ball caps and all different kinds of stuff. They've got really great journals if you needed one, planners, all kinds of stuff. Again, be careful because you can go crazy.
My size is large.
Oh. And then up at the top, the training portal, I'm assuming that that's where we go for the sessions, right? Okay, video tutorial on the meeting play and how it works.
Yes. So watch this tonight, y'all.
Yeah, we'll play it right now, but please go in play around and then check out this so that you know how it's working and so that you're not doing it at the last minute. You need to be prepared and ready to go for the event. So what questions do you have about Mega Camp?
I invited 2 guests that are not KW, and they have signed into everything. Will they see pretty much everything we're seeing, or should I be supporting them with how to use the system as well?
You may want to help, now that you have a better understanding of how to use it, you may want to help them get ready and set up. But if there's nothing that hidden, it's open for everybody.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, it's their experience is going to be your experience. It's just really, really cool.
Yep.
Let's see.
Mafi has
Are they going to record this session so we can look at them? And I was on the understanding that they are going to, and that if you registered for Mega Camp, you will be able to access them. I don't know how long they're going to have them up, but they will have access to them.
right. Yeah.
Okay, you're welcome, Nafi. All right. What
Does
other
that include-
questions do you have about Mega Camp?
Does that recording include the breakout sessions?
I would think so,
I would think so. Yeah.
but I don't know that for sure, Angela.
Okay.
You know what? You may want to
Support. Go to the agenda. Go to your menu on the side where it says support, and just type that in there.
yeah, type it in and ask. Because I haven't seen any, I did see that they were going to be recording some things, but I assumed those were the large sessions, which they always do. A lot of the breakouts, they will do the, when they
Connect.
were live, they did them like auditorily, not video.
Yeah.
But now that we've got this new platform, they may be able to record them. So let's talk a little bit about your takeaways. When you are writing your notes and you're going to make lots of notes, I like to use Diana Kokosta's process. And so she would do like ABC on all of her things that she did. Like you notice that Jay Papasan said, put a star next to something or bold something or highlight something that was a real aha for you. Well, in the margin, Diana would say, put an A next to action items, right? So you've got your A's as an action that you need to take. Do you remember what the B and C? I'm having a brain fart all of a sudden.
No, but you know, I knew you were gonna ask me that, and I was trying to remember what the B and C is for.
Because it was ABC.
The only one I remember is the A.
Right, because the action items, right?
Yeah.
It could be, I mean, let's talk this through. What are some of the things that we would do that we would want to highlight? So first of all, we definitely want to highlight our action items that we want. Secondly, I would highlight like education pieces. Like there's going to be a lot of tidbits of information that you should be internalizing so that you can speak that to your clients. For example, I took away from one of our team meetings that you can buy $34,000 more house this year than you could last year, even though because of the interest rates, even though prices have gone up. It's just one of those things. And people understand that when you're talking to them, that it helps them to understand the market easily. You're going to get tidbits like that. So finding those pieces of education that you need to internalize, I think would be very helpful for you being able to speak the language. Perhaps you want to put an S for scripts, like anything that is a script or you should incorporate into a script, maybe put an S next to the side on the margin. The trick is breaking down all of your notes so that you can pull it away, because you're going to have page after page after page after page. And after a while, it just becomes like like Jay said, it's this notebook that just goes on the shelf and then you forget it, or you go, oh, well, where is that? And you have to, takes you forever. By being able to pull out specific things, you're going to get the best use out of it. And I know that those huddles are designed to help you glean that information, which would be great. So huddles and sponsor sessions will not be recorded, but any content that displays as live will be recorded. So that means all the breakouts, which is awesome. Yay. That's
Yeah.
super cool. So great news. If you've clicked 3 or 4 things in one breakout session and you don't get a chance to see them all, you get to go back and watch them, which we couldn't do when it was live.
Right.
So that's fabulous. That's a win right there. Woohoo!
That is a win-win right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Other questions or concerns about Mega Camp? So I would love for everybody to unmute themselves one by one and give me what is their one thing that they want to get out of Mega Camp. What is their focus? The one thing that they want to get.
Hi, this is Mafe Silva, and for me, I want to master, if I can, Facebook, social media, everything digital.
Hey, thank you. I wanted to let you coach her.
Pardon me?
Yeah, I will master.
Thank you.
No problem.
Who else? Melissa?
Hi, I'm here. The one thing I want to master first, like Facebook, the social media part, but another thing are buyers, like people that are interested are asking me, is now a really good time to buy or should I wait? And your example of I could buy $34,000 more this year due to interest rates, that's perfect. But I want to learn how I can sum that up to people without, giving them quote unquote advice, because that's a question that I'm getting right now.
Sure.
Just the current market trend and how to convey that to buyers, especially.
Great. And anything that says the market of the moment is going to help you to do that.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. All right. Who else? Who's next?
Yeah, hi guys, it's Chelsea. I agree with Melissa. I'd like to be able to incorporate market trends in casual conversation so that people who I'm talking to can easily understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And you're going to get lots of tidbits, I promise you. So you definitely need to keep your ears open, your notebook handy, or your keyboard ready in those note sections and jot things down. Okay? Thanks. Chelsea, who else?
The script of Julianne, I think it's today.
Yep.
Guys, jump into that script off. The reason why they got invited to participate in the script off is because they're masters at it.
Yes.
Masters. So just jump in. Yeah.
For sure. All right. Who's next?
This is Nita.
Hey, Nita.
I would say the exact same thing, mostly market trend tidbits that I can, talk to my clients with, and a little bit of social media updates and stuff.
Cool. Awesome. Angela, how about you?
I intend to take advantage of the referral partners.
Absolutely. Okay. That should be huge for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. Eric, how about you, sir?
Hey, good morning, everybody. I've been to Mega Camp once. I've been to Family Reunion 3 times, and I just want to say it's going to be tougher, obviously, this year, especially for all of us that have been through it, and for you guys that haven't. Not to be negative, I feel for you, but one day you're going to get to experience what it's really like in person. But so what I would tell you is I want you to just, as my advice is, as these ladies have been saying, just take it all in and try to block out all your other stuff. I mean, I know on Zoom it's so hard. And I think about that, right, with this experience. It's amazing. And I know I'm so impressed. I just got my profile set up too with this platform that they're using, and it's going to be amazing. I'll just jump in and say my biggest takeaway, or what I always look for in these opportunities that you usually can't get when you're here in the Atlanta area at home, is the networking. And as Julianne was saying earlier, Chris and I rode together to a family reunion a couple years ago, and that's when he really launched into his amazing agent referral networking mode that he's in, and he's amazing. So it's going to be a little different, right? I don't know what it's going to be like either. I'm definitely going to focus on that. I like that I think they're going to be recording, these sessions that we'll have to go back to. Take in all of the scripting for sure. You can't get enough of it. I know you hear that from these ladies all the time. I need to get back into it. So I'm looking forward to really just being a sponge and getting that scripting back from these mega agents. They're absolutely amazing. I hope you guys all get goosebumps like I did on my first mega camp. So enjoy.
Good. As you're sitting in some of these sessions, especially tomorrow in Gary's session, I don't know how many people will be online, but if you imagine for a moment the net worth of everybody that's online, it will blow your mind. It's more than most countries in our world today.
I'll just say this, and then I'll definitely turn it over. It's hard to imagine, you guys, the volume and the amount of business that these people do. Just know this. You guys, I'm telling you, you're not that far away from it. That's right. All right. And if you believe it, it happens. I mean, we have mega agents in our office. Okay. Some of them have been on stage before with Gary. So if you get up every day and you show up and you go to work and you pour into this business, you will be there. Right. And so just stay the course and have fun and enjoy this. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you guys are everybody on this call is actually attending, right? I didn't know if this was attendees or just people that are still thinking about signing up.
Everybody's attending, and we don't have everybody. So
yeah,
we
awesome.
we have about 50 people that are attending from our office, which is awesome. So with that said, all the agents, the top agents started off just like the rest of us, right? Yeah. They all started from somewhere. Okay, awesome. Next, Courtney.
I am going to take a page out of Eric Decker's book, and I'm going to be a sponge, and I'm just going to go sponge it.
Good, because there is so much to learn. Dina, how about you? What's your focus?
You're on mute, darling.
Oh, who, me?
Yeah, Dina.
Oh, Dina.
Or whoever that was.
This is Dina.
Okay. Dina. Well, she's unmuting herself. George, how about you?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's all about technique and understand how the different successful agents go about their day to day. And then also, I'm just kind of an information junkie. So I like to hear all the different stats. And I like a lot of information because I usually use that to when I'm communicating, talking with my clients and prospective clients. So that's the kind of stuff I look for.
When you're listening to these mega agents, they're going to talk a little bit even about their day and how they incorporate so much of what they do. They have a one thing, or that, like, you'll notice that most of them don't do more than 3 things really, really well, and they really hone in on those things. But the amount of work that they get done in one day is just mind blowing. So keep that in mind. Ivan, how about for you, bud?
For me, I will be focusing on script and technology, and also just soaking in as much information as I can.
Okay, cool. Janice, what's your focus?
Yeah, soak in as much as I can. Just all of it: referrals, lead gen, the marketing. I do have a question. You were talking about the scripts. Is this the one at 5:30 today? Choose your script champion. That's the one y'all want us to watch today. Okay.
Yes, participate in that one. There should be a script off, and I think they're going to ask you to choose who you thought won the script off. So it should be fun.
Okay.
And educational as well. Lamar, how about for you, bud?
Yeah, no, I would just like to learn and then soak up all the information from everyone.
And you'll get
definitely
that opportunity, I promise. This is going to be amazing. Nidra, anything specific that you're going to focus on?
Lead generation, social media, and just general motivation to get out there and be more aggressive.
Okay, cool. And Dina put that she's looking forward to referrals and absorbing as much as she can. So I love that you guys are saying you're going to be a sponge. Remember, the sponge only takes in so much information. So as you're jotting down those notes, make sure that you're gleaning that information and pulling it out in a separate spot so that you have some action items of what you're going to do differently. And make sure that you'll notice on Jay's shirt, he had the domino with the 1. Does anybody know what that is about? Did you see it? That his shirt?
One thing.
That's right. It's his one thing shirt, right? Because we have to, in order to be successful at anything, we need to focus on one thing. So you're going to get this much information, and your job is to glean it down to what's the one thing that you're going to do differently that you're going to walk away with. Get that, master it, and then you can focus on something else. So take all this information, bring it down to some action items, and then focus on one thing at a time, and you'll be successful at this experience in Mega Camp, okay? If you have any questions or concerns, Autherine and I are here to help you. And so don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can text us or call us or email us. But I think that's it. Anything else that I've missed?
By the way, I ordered the shirts and they're great.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So a red one, a white one, and a black one. Really nice. So they're cool.
Very cool. And they're soft. They make good shirts.
They're great.
Yeah, comfortable. Awesome. All right, y'all. I'm so excited for you. So today it starts. So block out your time and make sure that you're taking full advantage of this. And I can't wait to hear your ahas from this experience. Okay. Bye.
Have fun, you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
See ya.